Welcome to the World of Rare Disease, a show that focuses on awareness and education about rare and complex disorders. My name is Lisa Deck, and I'm a rare disease patient, a Rare New England board member, and your host for today's show. Today, our show features Julie Croner, a patient advocate who works as the Vice President of the Patient Leader Network at WEGO Health. WEGO Health is a mission-driven company connecting healthcare with the experiences, skills, and insights of patient leaders. Today, our show will touch briefly on Julie's personal rare disease experience and discuss WeGo Health opportunities for patients. We're thrilled to have Julie here today. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to talk to you about everything WeGo Health and just to connect with you.
Absolutely. So Julie and I go back a little ways from a couple conferences, and I do some work with WeGo Health as a patient leader. So I'm thrilled to bring these opportunities to our viewers. So I wanted you, in your own words, to talk a little bit about WeGo Health to get us started.
Sure. So WeGo Health, we are a network of over 100,000 patient leaders, and we consider someone a patient leader who is using their health story or the story of a loved one to really go out there and make change. We call our members patient leaders because we asked our members, what do you refer to yourself as? And everyone referred to themselves as something different: a health activist, a coach, an e-patient, an advocate. But at the end of the day, these patients and caregivers are leading the charge for other patients. They want to get information out there. They want to make others feel less alone, and they want to collaborate with healthcare to help patients currently and then future patients. So at WeGo Health, we have this network, and we have wonderful resources for them to come and learn to be advocates, to learn to be better advocates, to connect with other advocates, so you don't have to recreate the wheel. And then we also utilize our network members and connect them with healthcare companies who are looking for their insights and their collaboration to get information back to the patient communities.
Right. Excellent. And I mean, I know that's exactly what they do because I'm one of the people who do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Would you mind telling us, I guess it's going to talk about how you got involved, but it starts with you becoming a rare disease patient. And that's often in this rare disease community, how people kind of connect to the different work they do.
Right, exactly. So I have a few different health conditions. Primarily, I have psoriatic arthritis, which is not a rare disease. But back in 2012, I was diagnosed with avascular necrosis and complex regional pain syndrome. And at the time, my body was in this horrible psoriatic arthritis flare. And I kept going to doctor after doctor, trying to figure out a way to combat my AVN and CRPS. And no one was giving me any options at all. I lost count at about 29 different healthcare providers, crutching into them because I couldn't walk on my left leg, crutching into them so full of hope, only to leave feeling so defeated because they'd say the same thing to me. Oh, I've heard of AVN. I've seen it before, but I don't really know what to do with you, and I don't really have anywhere for you to turn to. Good luck. So that at that point, I realized I really needed to step up and be a driver of my own health and figure out how I was going to combat this. I mean, I was living on painkillers. My knee, so where my avascular necrosis was in my femur bone and my left leg, right in my knee joint. So every time I put weight on my knee, it was crumbling. So, I was in my late 20s. I wanted to get back to living. It was just horrible. So I went online, I started connecting with other patients, and I saw others talking about different procedures that they've had done. And that's ultimately how I found a stem cell procedure that regrew part of my bone, made it solidified enough so that I could start walking. And once I was able to do that and calm my body from psoriatic arthritis and do some other things with the CRPS, I got my health back, and I was on disability at that time, and I was able to get back into the workforce. And I thought, you know what? I need to use all this for good. This didn't just happen to me for no reason. So I thought about, okay, before all of this, I was in IT consulting. What can I draw upon in my consulting skills, plus my newfound patient experience and all this advocacy work? What can I do going forward? And just like you, I had been working with WeGo Health on the opposite side because I was looking for opportunities to share my story and connect with other patient leaders. And at that time, it just presented itself the perfect opportunity to come and actually work for WEGO Health. So, I would have never chosen to have these health issues, but it really has landed me in a career that I feel so blessed and honored to be a part of.
Excellent. Well, you answered my next question is how did you learn about WeGo Health and get involved? But I love that you did, because again, I think it kind of empowers patients, right? It gives them kind of something positive to think about. And I think that's always wonderful to have that option.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, so whenever I was looking for different opportunities to share my story and connect with others, I was finding a lot of them within my specific condition group. So, there was the AVN Facebook group, or there was a whole host of CRPS patients, and then psoriatic arthritis too. But WeGo Health was one of the first places that I came to that I actually started to connect with other individuals in different condition areas. And I could learn, oh, this is what they're doing in the IBD space, or this is what they're doing in the cancer space. And I really started to pick up different techniques and different thoughts from interacting with others to infuse in my own advocacy work.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that is something that I've just discovered in the last couple of years is cross kind of learning from others, because we are all doing the same thing, but again,
Exactly.
how to do it better and, with the help of others.
Right.
And how does it make you feel kind of being able to use that patient experience positively? And what do you hear from other patient leaders about the work they do with WeGo Health?
Yeah. I mean, personally, I have such a feeling of satisfaction and validity of knowing I went through all of these challenges, but in the end, all of that pain is for naught, and I'm helping other future patients to not have to deal with some of those issues. So that personally is a huge, huge win for me. And I almost feel like it's very therapeutic to do this work and just working through my own health journey. And then working with other patient leaders, I tend to hear very similar stories. How maybe they just started because it was therapeutic to share out, but now it's, just feeling a sense of accomplishment that you are helping others overcome this battle as well.
Right, right. So I'd love to tell everybody, what are some of these opportunities that exist for patients? Because it sounds,
Yeah.
sharing your story is one, but I'd love to talk about some of the different things that you can do as a patient with WeGo Health.
Absolutely. So I kind of look at there's two verticals, if you will. So we have a platform that you can sign up. It's free to sign up. Anyone can come and sign up, and we have resources on there for pretty much every step of the advocacy journey. So if you're just dipping your toe into the water and you're not sure exactly how to share your story, how you want to share your story, we have courses on there. We have resources, webinar replays, things like that. But then we also have it all the way up to maybe you're starting your own nonprofit and you want guidance and support. So really, we try to create resources for everybody around that, on that continuum. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, Lisa, you helped us create an amazing course that's on the platform that's really about honing in your story and sharing it in a 60-second snippet that honestly, I hear so many people after they take that course of how helpful it is to really get your story down to a concise 60-second pitch, because you can really utilize that in any forum. So we have a lot of different resources like that. You can go on and also connect with other patient leaders. We also every year do a WeGo Health Awards program where we give away awards to the top patient leaders. A lot of times this work is done without recognition, and we feel like that is unacceptable. So this year is actually the 10th year that we're doing the awards to showcase and really recognize those individuals. So we have a whole network community aspect, but then also we have opportunities where we take our network members and we connect them with healthcare companies who are perhaps looking for their insights. So maybe they want to pull together a Moya group and learn more about what the community is talking about and the needs and the gaps that a company could come in and fill. And then we also do a lot of influencer marketing campaigns. So maybe we work with a healthcare company who has information about Moya Moya that want to get out. So we work with actual patients and caregivers to create content and then get it out there into the community. So that it's not an actor running through a field of daisies, but it's actually someone who has that lived experience talking and sharing information out to the community.
Right. That's great. Yes, I remember you mentioning the course and doing that. And it
Yes.
was create, and I occasionally still get a few tweets that, are part of it.
Yes.
And I just learned this. I'm like, oh yay, it's still going.
Oh yeah.
And I know I'm active on the site, and I've taken some of the different courses, and it's really just free content to improve your patient advocacy experience.
Yeah. And I mean, we are a network, we have a lot of members, but we're also, at the end of the day, I feel like it's almost a family. So I anybody watching this, feel free to message us directly, message me directly. I'm always happy to talk one-on-one to individuals who are thinking about sharing their story and they're not sure how to, or not sure where to go from here. We're here as a resource for you.
Excellent. I'd love for you to tell us, just kind of looking back, you've been doing this for a few years, and what is one of your favorite patient leader events that took place or that you were a part of?
Yeah. So I have to say that my favorite is just the WEGO Health Awards that we run each year, for a few reasons. One, whenever we have a call for nominations, anyone can be nominated. And it's just, you scroll through the directory of all these nominations and you want to talk about inspirational individuals. It's every single one of them is using their journey or their loved one's journey to just help other people, and everybody's doing it in so many different ways. That's actually why I love patient leaders and advocates, because there is no one right way to do it. Don't recreate the wheel. Draw on the experience of others, but put your own flavor on it. So whenever I scroll through the nominations, just being able to find new people is just really, really cool. And then it adds to my social feeds for the rest of the year. But then, once we announce the winners and we actually get to meet them in person, and then usually that following year, we work a lot with those individuals on our advisory board and just a lot of other opportunities. And I feel like I expand my family because I'm bringing in all these new condition advocates, learning their story, learning how we can amplify their voice. And it just really always affects me on a personal level. So I would say the WEGO Health Awards are like by far my favorite thing every year. Stressful time, but my favorite time.
Yes, I'm sure. Sometimes the busiest, stressful times are the best, because you do work for them, but it gives you a lot back. So that's great.
Exactly.
Will they be taking place? They'll be this June and July, correct?
Yeah. So usually the nominations endorsements are in the summer, and then we give away the awards in like September, October timeframe each year. Yep.
So anybody watching this, depending on when you're watching it, you can look and see summer there's nominations, and then I think you can, what is it? There's something else you do.
Yeah. So we have a call for nomination, so anybody can be nominated, and then you become a finalist two different ways. One, we have endorsements, which is like a voting period. And the reason we have that is to bring in a people's choice aspect to it. So you can go and receive endorsements. And the top 3 individuals in each category automatically become finalists. But in the world of rare diseases, everyone's audiences aren't as big as maybe a breast cancer patient leader or an IBD patient leader. So we wanted to really make it fair and not just a popularity contest. So all the rest of the nominees go through a first round of judging, and then 3 finalists are picked based off of merit, the work that they're doing, the impact they're doing, not looking at follower size at all. So then we have 6 finalists that go on to our industry judges, who then ultimately pick the winner.
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely a fun event. It kind of goes around, and it expands that community of patient leaders too, because a lot of, there isn't that feeling of me against you. It's very much everybody is helping each other, and that's wonderful.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like sometimes you see competition, or people feel like there has to be competition, and there's not. There's a place for everyone at the table here, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to help patients and caregivers, right? And we all win. So everyone is needed.
Absolutely. So where should somebody go if they want to get involved with WEGO Health?
Yeah. So WeGoHealth.com, WeGo Health across all social channels. Please feel free to follow us and message us. My name's Julie Croner. You can find me on all social channels too. Like, please reach out. I'm happy to talk to you as well. But yeah, I would think, yes, losing my hearing here.
And before we wrap up, I just wanted to know, do you have any other final statements you want to tell patients or viewers who are watching this?
Yes, I would say your story matters, and you have the ability to make such an impact that you might not even know about. I realize that taking that step to share your story can be a very big one. But just think, if you share your journey and you affect one person, that person's life could be changed. I mean, I think about my own, and I get chills when I think about it, of the person that I saw sharing their avascular necrosis story online and sharing their MRI films. And had I not come across that person, I may not have got my ability to walk again and been able to walk down the aisle at my wedding and, have 2 beautiful children. So we can have such an impact when we do share our journeys and challenges to the world. And we're here to help you.
Excellent. That's great. Thank you so much. Before closing, we do want to provide our viewers with an opportunity to share comments or ask questions from our shows. Rare New England in Motion is the perfect way to expand upon our mission of engaging with the community. Please send us any questions or comments to info@rarenewengland.org. We would also like to thank our show sponsors, Pfizer, Ultragenics, Vertex, Horizon, and the law offices of Weiner, Jackson, and Simmons for your continued support. We're always looking for other sponsors and guests, so please reach out to us via the Rare New England website. That's our show for today. And again, Julie, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And from all of us here at Rare New England and all the patients and families who keep rare disease in motion, thank you for watching. And remember, when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, and then think zebras. Thank you so much.